Happy morning to one and all. Dear students, nowadays you are living with your parents at your home and we are passing our time at home because of COVID-19 pandemic. It is a great burden and problem for all community, not only our country, but all over the world. In the same way, I can understand your problem. You are missing your friends, you are missing your classmates, playmates, school teachers, school environment. But it is essential for us to be at home as per the guideline of the government to maintain social distancing. But similarly, days are very crucial and the year is very important for you people because now you are the student of 9th and 10th class and time cannot be killed unnecessarily. That is why we are having aim to utilize these days in a systematic manner, in a fruitful manner, so that you can learn at home. So we have started online classes from home and from the school campus by your school faculties to utilize the time to motivate you to learn something. In that sequence, I am going to introduce you the subject social study or social science. Why do we study social study? Or what is the introduction of social science? We or the policy maker introduced the subject because of some objectives and aims behind it. So what is the objective and what is the aims behind introduction of social science in the secondary classes and middle classes? Social science is a very interesting subject. It depends on teacher and learners how they take. Social science is a subject. It is a combination of all the subjects. All the subjects are part of social science. But especially we focus in social science on the following subjects as history, geography, civics, sociology, philosophy and some other subjects. Up to class 8th, we study history, geography and civics in social science. But class 9th and onward, government has introduced one more subject named economics in 9th and 10th class at the elementary level. This time, you have to study economics also. But first of all, we understand why do we study social study. Social study is a subject which is taught to the people, to the students, so that they can understand how to make adjustment in society. Dear students, knowledge is not sufficient. The thing which is more important, that is how to cultivate maturity, how to make adjustment in society, how to make adjustment in family, with your fellows, with your colleagues, or in other areas also. In the period of lockdown and before it, we have seen many people are there who are very rich. They were having a lot of resources, but they could not make adjustment with the society. They cannot make adjustment with the circumstances. That is why they committed suicide. But many people are there who are not so rich, who are not having so much resources, but they enjoy their life happily. So social science is a subject or social study is a subject which motivate the students, which make the student how to make adjustment in society with your family members, with your colleagues, with your fellows, in all type of circumstances. Social science is just like a tree whose roots are, some roots are in history, some roots are in geography, some roots are in civics or political science, or some roots are in economics. It is not a name of one subject. According to NCF 2005, any subject cannot be taught by separating from other subjects. So we have to study all the subjects in an inclusive way, especially in case of social science. All subjects help to each other. First we start from history. There is a correlationship between history and economics, history and civics, history and geography. First of all, we come on what is the subject matter of history. We study about past. People are discussing what is the use of study of past. When we study about our past, freedom struggle movement of India, the revolt of 1857, we can understand the heroic deeds of our forefathers. We can get lessons from our forefathers, which type of heroic deeds they have performed in the past. In the same way, what mistakes were made by them in the past time, they should not be repeated by us. So history teaches us a lot of lessons. You have here the poem of Subhadra Kumari Chauhan, बूंदेले हर बोलो की सुनी हमने कहानी थी, खूब लड़ी मर्दानी वो तो झांसी वाली रानी थी। ये जब हम सुनते हैं तो झांसी वाली रानी की कहानी पढ़ करके हमको मोटिवेशन मिलता है कि किस प्रकार उन्होंने विपरीत परिस्थितियों में ब्रिटिशर्स का लोहा लिया और उनका सामना किया। तो हमें भी इस प्रकार के हीरोइक डीड्स परफॉर्म करने चाहिए। हमें भी जो है विपरीत परिस्थितियों में अच्छा स्टेप लेने का प्रयास करना चाहिए। हिस्ट्री डिपेंड्स ऑन ज्योग्राफी। व्हाट इज द सब्जेक्ट मैटर ऑफ ज्योग्राफी? वी स्टडी ज्योग्राफी, वी स्टडी स्पेशली geographical location, landscape, resources, water bodies, climatic condition. These are the various factors which affect the economy of the country. We are having continuous struggle between our neighboring countries. We were having good relation with Gulf countries in the ancient time and the present time. These all features depend on geography. Our India is having a unique feature. That is why it is said that यूनान रोमा सब मिट गए जहां से, कुछ बात है कि हस्ती मिटती नहीं हमारी मिट्टी में, हमारी जलवायु में, हमारे क्लाइमेट में कुछ ऐसे यूनिक और पीकुलर फीचर्स हैं जिसकी वजह से पूरा वर्ल्ड हमारी ओर अट्रैक्ट होता है। वी हैव लर्न दैट इन द 16th or 17th century many European trading companies came to India to trade with India because India was very rich at that time. भारत सोने की चिड़ी कहलाता था, यहाँ घी दूध की नदियां बहती थी, विश्व का धर्मगुरु था। उससे प्रभावित होकर के यूरोपियन कंपनीज केम इन इंडिया टू ट्रेड विद इंडिया। तो दे वर अफेक्टेड, दे वर इम्प्रेस्ड फ्रॉम द रिच जियोग्राफी ऑफ इंडिया। तो बिकॉज ऑफ द रिच जियोग्राफिकल कंडीशन, द abroad people started to trade with India. They came in India. वास्को डी गामा आए, कोलंबस आए, उसके बाद ब्रिटिश ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी आई, फ्रेंच इंडिया कंपनी आई। तो वो सारा हम लोग जो हिस्ट्री में पढ़ते हैं, लेटर ऑन वी स्टार्टेड टू स्ट्रगल अमॉन्ग देम, बट दे अफेक्टेड बिकॉज ऑफ द रिच जियोग्राफिकल कंडीशन ऑफ इंडिया। तो जियोग्राफी अफेक्ट टू हिस्ट्री, हिस्ट्री अफेक्ट टू जियोग्राफी। देन व्हाट इज द subject matter of civics? Civics or political science. Today's political science will become history tomorrow. Nowadays we are studying Kargil war, latest Indo-China relationship, present time India-Pakistan relationship in civics. But then the coming time, the students will study today's civics in history. So today's civics will become part of history for tomorrow. So history and civics both are correlated to each other. Then we'll come on economics. Economics is very interesting and very living subject. All type of activities, whether they are trade, whether you people are studying, whether the people are pursuing higher education, whether they are doing a higher degree, ultimately the aim of the people is to get or to earn money. For money is a subject matter of economics. In the present time, there is a tense relation between many countries. Many wars were fought and are being fought among various countries. The root cause behind all type of tension and war or tense relation between or among the countries can be found in economics. So economics is a subject wherein all type of economic activities are studied, and the ultimate aim of the people, aim of the country is to make strong economically himself or herself. So economic affect to all the subject. So we have discussed briefly about history, economics, civics and geography, or how they are correlated to each other. So we cannot teach them separately. Even the other science stream subject cannot be taught by separating from social science or from other subjects. We know that Herodotus is known as father of history. Okay. And the same way many scholars are there which became famous or remained founder of geography, civics and economics. Without taking so much time, I am coming on one by one. First we take economics. Economics, E-C-O-N-M-O, M-I-C-S. It is not economics. We have to put S. Generally, we forget to put S. So there is a difference between economic and economics. Economic means midway. We should use the resources in an economic way. Economics, subject, name of subject, wherein all type of economic activities are studied. Adam Smith is known as father of economics. Father of economics. He wrote a famous book in 1776 named An Inquiry into the Wealth and Causes of Wealth of Nations. An inquiry into the wealth of nations. He wrote a famous book named Wealth of Nations. Wealth of Nations, 1770. The book which was written by Adam Smith, that is known as Wealth of Nations, 1776, and Adam Smith is known as father of economics. Then economist means scholar of economics. Manmohan Singh is a famous economist of India, who is an expert of economics. He is known as economist. So these such type of topics which are common, but they are having different type of meaning. Friends, I want to remind you, economics is a subject wherein other matter cannot be mixed. We can mix some matter correlating with geography, chemistry, in other subjects, but in case of economics, we cannot mix the other matter. It means economics terms are having a particular meaning. Today we are going to discuss some basic concept of economics which are part of your syllabus in 9th and 10th. In 9th class, students, you are having first chapter named Story of Village Palampur, or in 10th class you are having first chapter named Development. Before introducing the first chapter of each class, we are going to discuss about basic concept of economics. Basic concept of economics. First of all, what is the meaning of economics? Economics. Though it is not a part of your syllabus, but being an elementary study or elementary topic in economics, we should know what is the meaning of economics. Adam Smith is a father of economics, but he gave the definition: economics is a science of wealth. Economics is a science of wealth. But in the present scenario, this definition is not complete. Later on, many definitions were given by different type of economists. But one definition we can say, economics is a human science which studies the relationship between unlimited wants and limited resources having alternative uses. You can write, economics is a human science which studies relationship between unlimited wants and limited resources having alternative uses. And what is the objective behind studying economics? The main objective behind studying behind teaching economics is to motivate the children how to use the resources in an optimum way. Whether the resources are available at their home, whether the resources are available in the country. Being a manager of the bank, being a member of household, or being a finance minister of India, it tells us how to make optimum use of resources so that the satisfaction can be made maximum. The main purpose behind the introduction of economics is to make the children to be a rational consumer, to be a rational person, so that he can use the resources in such a way so that satisfaction can be maximized. Some other concepts are there as consumption. And consumer. There is a difference between customer and consumer. Both may be same, both may be different. Your father purchased a notebook for you. You are using the notebook, then you are the consumer. Your father is a customer. Okay. Then what is consumption? Direct use of goods and services. Direct use of goods and services to satisfy human wants is known as consumption. Then what is production? creation of utility. Creation of utility. Then what is the meaning of utility? Want satisfying power, satisfying power of a commodity is known as utility. We are using textbook because you are having utility in that textbook. I am using whiteboard or the blackboard. I am having utility in this board. So all people uses the goods and services because they are having want satisfying power or want satisfying capacity in that commodity or service. When we are not feeling well, we go to the doctor to take treatment. So we are consuming the services of doctor because we are having utility in the services of doctor. Okay. Then factor of production. Factor of production. It is a part of your 9th class syllabus. And the remuneration. When we make any good and service, we produce any goods, we require 4 factors. There are 4 basic factors in economics: land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. Land, when we use land in the production process, what is the remuneration of land? Rent. Labor, when we use labor in production process, we have to give him wage or salary. When we use capital, we have to give interest. Entrepreneur, who is entrepreneur? Entrepreneur is a person who takes risk to start a business. What is the meaning of entrepreneur? Entrepreneur is a person who takes risk to start the business. What is the remuneration of entrepreneur? Profit. He may get profit or he may get loss. These are the basic factor of production. If we want to start any business, we require 4 basic factors. Land is inactive, but whenever land may be in the form of building, land may be in the form of any mines. So when we use the land or the building, we have to pay rent. In the same way, labor is an active member. When we use labor, labor may be from your family members. It might be hired from the market. So when we use the labor, we have to pay wage. What is the difference between wage and salary? Wage is a remuneration which is paid weekly or the per day, or salary is the remuneration of the work which are having the regular nature of work. Capital. Capital is a very important concept in economics. Generally people confused between capital and other things. लोग कहते हैं कि उसके पास बहुत कैपिटल है, उसको काम करने की क्या जरूरत है. ऐसा नहीं है. कैपिटल मीन्स which is used for more production. Capital is a part of wealth or part of income which is used for more production. There are many types of capital. working capital, okay, or foreign capital. But capital does not mean you are having bank balance, that is a capital. Capital is a part of wealth or income which is used for more production. So these are the four basic factors of production. It is a part of your syllabus. And entrepreneur is a person who takes risk to start the business. Then, in the same way, many more topics are there which are part of your syllabus. Investment. Expenditure on capital goods. Which increases capital stock. Expenditure on capital goods. Capital goods are those goods which are used in production process or which are used for more production. Investment, there are two types of investment. Direct investment or portfolio investment. Direct investment, wherein we start a factory or a business wherein we are having ownership and control on distribution and production of goods and services. Portfolio investment means purchasing of share. Purchasing of share, wherein person who are having made investment, he are not having fully control over production activity, production and distribution. He is just like only a shareholder. Okay, so investment is part of your syllabus, and we should understand the meaning of investment and direct investment and portfolio investment. Okay, then some more concepts are there. If a person want to start agriculture activity or production, other production activity in the industrial sector, the human activities are divided into two parts: economic activity and non-economic activity. So what is meaning of economic activities? Those activities of human being, which are performed to get economic return. A person working in a factory, a person working in a field, teacher teaching in the class is a type of economic activity, because all these activities are being performed by him or her to get some economic return. Non-economic activities or गैर आर्थिक क्रियाएं, which are performed without any economic return. Without any economic return. Suppose if you are helping to an old man to pass the road, your father and mother teaching you people because of the family affection, your mother are preparing food for you people because of the affection. So all such type of activities of human beings are a part of non-economic activity. Okay, and another activities जो कुछ पैसे प्राप्ति की आशा से की जाती है, which are performed for some economic return, so these activities are known as economic activities. Okay, so dear students, in the next session we will meet through Google Meet, and I will conduct separate classes for class 9th and class 10th. So whenever you are invited to join the Google Meet class, you come with well preparation and studying the first chapter of class 9th, named the story of village Palampur, and students who are in 10th class, they come with going through the chapter named development. Thanks a lot. I wish you a very happy and healthy life at your home. Stay at home, follow the guideline, and be safe, and motivate and make the other people to be safe. Thanks a lot.